Hi, I'm Catherine Hill, Nutrition Programs Manager, and today we're in the Dinah E. Gore Teaching and Research Kitchen making broccoli, tomato, mushroom medley. Late spring has hit North Carolina, which means there's some amazing local produce to be had. Why is it important to eat and season local produce? Local produce tends to be fresher since it doesn't have to travel very far to get to you. In-season produce is picked at the peak of freshness and arrives to you with more nutrition in it since it doesn't have to sit on the shelf very long or travel very far to get to you. Studies do show that when fruits and vegetables are picked at the peak of freshness, they're able to retain more of their nutrients. For today's recipe, we'll be doing broccoli, tomatoes, and mushrooms, and I want to talk through what to look for when you're at the farmer's market or at your local market, and these are in season. So for broccoli, we want to look for a firm broccoli head that has no odor to it and it has a bluish greenish tint to it. If you find that some of your florets have kind of yellowy or maybe not as good spots, you can just pluck that piece off and still salvage the rest of your broccoli. This will keep in the refrigerator about 3 to 5 days. And we're just going to chop this into small kind of bite-sized florets. Broccoli is a really good hearty produce or vegetable. It's going to have a lot of actually vitamin C and potassium as well as a lot of fiber. So it's going to really help keep you full and satisfied. For our tomatoes, you want to look for tomatoes that have a shiny, firm exterior to them, that their skin is not have any holes or broken skin to it. If it does, again, you can just kind of cut that piece off and still salvage the rest of your tomato. These will keep on the counter if they're not ripe just yet, but if they are ripe for you, you can store them for a few days in the refrigerator. They tend to get a little bit mealy in the refrigerator, so I would suggest not storing them too long in there. And again, we just want to cut these into about bite-sized pieces for our medley. And then lastly, we have our mushrooms. And mushrooms, you may not know this trick, but we actually don't want to wash our mushrooms. They're really porous and they can absorb a lot of water. And then when you cook them, all that water releases and steams and can create a really rubbery mushroom for you. So for mushrooms, all we want to do is just take a lightly damp paper towel and just wipe off any excess dirt or any spots that you may see on your mushroom. And then you can either pluck the stem off. We can still use the stem, so cut that up too, and then just slice your mushroom up. When you're looking for mushrooms in the market, look for ones that are firm, that don't have any slime to them, or again, broken pieces or obvious types of mold on them. You can store it in the container they come in, just take the plastic wrap off, or you can store it in a brown paper bag in the refrigerator. So we're gonna start our medley now. I'm gonna heat over medium-high heat. 1 tablespoon of oil. I do suggest measuring your oils. We tend to be a little heavy-handed when we free pour, and we only need about a tablespoon for this whole recipe. I'm using olive oil today. It has a really high smoke point. It's very heart healthy. You could also use canola oil, which is also heart healthy. And we just want to heat that over medium to medium-high heat. Just get that warm. And then we're going to add our garlic. So while that heats up, let's look at our garlic. We need 3 to 4 bulbs of garlic. And I'll show you a little trick when you're chopping fresh garlic. You take your chef's knife and you use the side of your knife and lay that on top of your garlic. Use the heel of your hand and just smash it down a few times. And it should break the skin away from you really easily. That way you don't have to mess with it too much. So 3 to 4, these were pretty large bulbs of garlic, so I'm just gonna use about half of this one. With your large chef's knife, you wanna use your pinch grip, wrap your other fingers around your knife, and you wanna use your claw and just lightly mince this garlic. We don't want too big of chunks in our medley. That way you don't get kind of these really peppery bites in your mouth. We just want a really even garlic tone all the way through our medley. So just mincing that up. Garlic can be pretty sticky, so you might have to wipe your knife off a bit. But there we go. I'm going to add it to our other garlic pieces. And then we're going to toss this into our pan. You hear that little bit of a sizzle, which is great. That means our oil is heated through. We're just going to saute this for about 2 minutes until our garlic has a little bit of color to it, but right before it burns. We don't want to burn the garlic. So our garlic is lightly toasted. Again, we don't want it to burn. That can turn your garlic a bit bitter. So now we're going to add 2 cups of our broccoli florets. About 2 big handfuls would be 2 big cups. And we're going to cook this for about 4 to 5 minutes on its own. Next, we want to add our tomatoes and mushrooms to our pan. 2 cups of tomatoes and 2 cups of mushrooms. Stir that around. Be sure that everyone is touching the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to add half of our seasoning. So we need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then if you have dried oregano, we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon. But if you happen to have fresh oregano, which has really bright, pungent flavor to it, we're going to do a full teaspoon. And you use a little bit more of fresh herbs than dried because dried are more concentrated and we don't need as much there. So I'm going to add half of this seasoning now, and then we'll taste for more seasoning later. So our mushrooms, broccoli, and tomatoes have been cooking for about 5 minutes together, and now we're just going to put a lid on this and let it sit on medium-low heat for about 5 to 10 more minutes. We want the vegetables to be cooked through, but we don't want them to be so cooked that they're falling apart or mushy. So just keep an eye on that. While that cooks, we could talk about some other alterations that you can make to this really easy vegetable medley. For this late spring and early summer, lots of different produce are in season in North Carolina. You could do zucchini or yellow squash. You could also do kale or other types of greens that are in season. When you're looking at substituting a different vegetable, just think about the density of that vegetable. Is it going to take a while to cook? And you just want to put it into different stages into the recipe. So your squashes are pretty fine. We don't need to cook them very, very long to get the right texture. So you would put that in more towards the mushroom and the tomato phase of this recipe. So our vegetables have been cooking for a few minutes, and I'm actually going to take the lid off now just because I don't want it to get too soupy or too mushy. So I'm going to let it finish cooking just a couple minutes. Make sure everything is married together, but not, again, mushy or overly cooked. So it's been another couple minutes, and our vegetables look perfect. They're cooked through, but not too overly done. So I'm actually going to turn the eye off now and then just finish with the rest of our seasoning. So the rest of that salt, pepper, and oregano. And by adding this last, you're going to make sure that those seasonings really come through and you don't have to use too much. For example, overly salting your vegetables. So that looks perfect. This recipe would serve 4. It makes a really great fast summer or spring side dish. You can add this to a protein if you wanted to make a complete meal. So poultry or a meat. You could do fish. You could do tofu. You could even add some beans like garbanzo beans to this dish to make it a full vegetarian meal in one pot. But there you go, a really quick, easy, late spring, early summer vegetable medley.